The NBA draft is over. The Detroit Pistons select Luke Kennard out of Duke. This is Detroit Sports World. My name is Maurice Lewis. How do you feel about that pick, guys? How do you feel about Luke Kennard, 6'6" shooting guard out of Duke University? How do you feel about that? A lot of things come to me about that. A lot of things. And to me, the Pistons picked the best available pick. They picked the best available pick. And the Pistons need shooting. And you know what? He's going to provide shooting. Now, I'm going to tell you what else he's going to provide. This dude is not just a spot-up shooter, guys. He can make plays. He can get guys involved. He's a playmaker. And I feel like that in itself got underlooked. Like, this dude can run off screens, dish the ball out, get other people involved, and he can create for himself. He's not just a shooter, guys. He's not just a shooter. Now, I will say this. He is very suspect on defense. Very. He's not the fastest guy. He's not the quickest guy. He is going to have to really be smart on defense because he's going to get scorched. It's the NBA. He's going to get cooked. But even Stan Van Gundy has said it, that he's a tremendous talent, big-time baller, but the number one thing, Stan Van Gundy's not worried about his offensive game because he knows that he's special, very special. I mean, while he was at Duke, his sophomore year, averaged 19 points in the ACC. Wow. I mean, in one of the toughest conference in college, you averaged 19 points. That's pretty impressive, guys. That's pretty impressive. And I also think that gets underlooked too. But the dude only has a 6'5" wingspan, which is kind of suspect, which is why, he needs work on defense because he's not the longest guy at 6'6". He's not. So there's going to be a lot of people that are playing his position that are probably going to have an advantage on him. But once again, Luke Kennard is going to have the advantage on offense. And that's something that the Pistons has drastically needed is shooting, a playmaker, somebody that can put up points. And I think we got that in Luke Kennard. Now, here's the kicker. Here is the kicker. Is this pick, the number 12 pick, Luke Kennard, is this pick an insurance policy if Kentavious Caldwell-Pope decides to leave? If the Pistons decide they don't match offers from another team and they let Kentavious Caldwell-Pope go, is this pickup an insurance policy? I think so. I think if somebody offers the Pistons, or if a team offers Kentavious Caldwell-Pope $90 to $100 million for 4 years, I have questions that the Pistons will match that because they already have salary cap issues. I have questions about that. Who's playing the shooting guard position right now for the Pistons? You have Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. You have Darren Hilliard. Reggie Bullock can come in and play the shooting guard small forward position. Stanley Johnson has proved that he can play the shooting guard small forward position. And that's it. You don't really have much going on in that two guard spot at all. You really don't. So what's next? You draft a shooting guard that averaged 19 points in college. And he's young. He's very young. Now, if the Pistons decide they don't match What are they going to do? I mean, you don't want to just have Kentavious Caldwell-Pope leave for nothing, right? You don't want him to leave for nothing. He's a great talent. Really good first-round talent, too. So, what do you do? Are you just going to let him walk for nothing? You have to at least try to get a sign and trade out of this. At least. You just don't let a great talent, like one of the best two-way players in the game. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is one of the best two-way players in the game. Some things about the draft kind of went a little bit suspect. Like, I thought that Malik Monk, who went number 11 to the Hornets, he almost slid to the Pistons. That would have been a great pickup for the Pistons because this guy does it all. He's 6'3", but he can shoot and play the point guard position as well. Another surprise about the draft, I thought Josh Jackson out of Kansas was going to go number 3 to the Celtics, and Jason Tatum went. That was kind of a shocker. Another good pickup, in my opinion. The Magic ended up getting Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. That was a good pickup. He's going to be a really, really, really good NBA player at 6'11", 6'10", who plays a small forward position. I mean, that's Kevin Durant status all day if he can get to that level. One of the questions that I had was the Bulls. The Bulls traded Butler, but for that 7th spot, they ended up getting Lauri Markkanen out of Arizona, which that's a good pickup. That's a really good pickup. I love Jimmy Butler. Minnesota knows what they're doing. That right there is the Bulls got a lot out of that deal. And one thing I don't like that the Knicks did that's kind of questionable is they ended up getting the guy I was telling you guys about, Frank Ntilikina, out of France, I believe. He's a European player. He's 18 years old, 6'5", with a 6'11" wingspan. The dude can ball, but it's hit or miss. He either is going to be a bust or he's either going to be a great NBA player. And a lot of Knicks fans are discouraged because you know what? Guess who was still available? Dennis Smith. You could have gotten Dennis Smith, who has a ridiculous vertical. And he's a huge playmaker. But another thing that I thought the Pistons could have done, Donovan Mitchell was available. And he went the 13th to the Nuggets. And the Nuggets didn't need him. So maybe that's an insurance policy for them. So overall, I give the Pistons an A- because they addressed a need that they really needed. And that's scoring and shooting. I give them an A-. Let me know what you think, guys. This isn't the sexiest pick, but it's something that we needed. Guys. Let's be smart about this. Let's be grateful. And my name is Maurice Lewis. You're listening to Detroit Sports World. If you're passionate about sports, subscribe to me, Detroit Sports World. I'm on all social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. Let me know what you think. I'm out.